United's inaugural cup winners. Chris wins the cup for Melbourne Victory. Sydney FC then win the cup. And MacArthur, for the second time, are Australia Cup winners.
Good evening, football fans, and welcome to Olympic Stadium, the home of a very ambitious West Australian NPL side, Olympic Kingsway. Founded in 1953, the Green Machine last season swept all before them, at least in the West. They did the treble, the cup, the top four cup, and the league for the first time in 44 years since 1980. Well, they are back. They are fighting once again for the top title in Western Australia. They have the history and they have the present day as well, as we look for our first cup set of the Australia Cup 2025. There are a few people, certainly around here, who believe tonight could be the night in Perth, on the land of the Whadjuk people of the Noongar Nation. 48 hours ago, this pitch was the scene of some truly epic weather. The match between Perth Glory and Wellington Phoenix delayed because of lightning. It was completely flooded, and for the last 2 days, the people, not only of the city of Wanneroo ground staff, but also all those staff and volunteers of Olympic Kingsway, have been working flat out to get the pitch looking absolutely pristine and ready for this one, even if Olympic Kingsway coach, the Scotsman David Tuff, did say he wouldn't mind any advantage they can get if that means a pitch that starts to churn up a little bit. Well, so be it. They're a big club in the West, Olympic Kingsway. Last season they made the round of 16, going out in the end 3-2 to Adelaide United, who went all the way to the semi-finals. Melbourne Victory, they went all the way to the cup final last season, losing by a solitary Marin Yakulic goal as MacArthur lifted the cup for a second time in their short history. More recently, Melbourne Victory were in the grand final of the A-League as well. You can see the fireworks playing a little bit of havoc. Great for the spectacle, as we see our two sides running through the pre-match protocol. The rain is staying away, but it is a very, very chilly evening in Perth. There is the Green Machine on the right, and there are the big boys, Melbourne Victory. As we have a look at the two teams as they will line up this evening. Well, for the home side, and David Tuff, he's without the experienced defender Ryan Lowry, as well as forward Jaden Gorman and winger Tyler Garner, who has actually been called up by the Australian futsal national team. He's competing in the Continental Championships with them. Last weekend, they defeated the league leaders, Bayswater City, 3-2. There's only one change from that side. Super sub Luke Hewings gets his chance from kickoff in an attacking lineup that features former A-League players Aaron Williams and Mitch Oxborough, as well as top scorer from the Glory Academy, Lart Matiang. Well, for Melbourne Victory, Arthur Dillis, he's made one change from the starting 11 that played against Wrexham. Lockie Jackson returns at the expense of former Perth Glory defender Josh Rawlins. He's on the bench this evening. Otherwise, new signings Louis Dorigo and Keegan Jelicic are both present. There is no Bruno Fornaroli. And read into this what you will. Zinedine Mashash has inherited the number 10 jersey for the coming season. Perhaps that's curtains at Melbourne Victory for Aussie Bruno. There is Louis Dorigo, just arrived back from 2 seasons in Poland. The former Adelaide man. Roderick Miranda, the Melbourne Victory skipper, has also signed on for a new season, as has Adama Traore. The left back, our referee for this evening's clash, is Sam Kelly. He's being assisted by Astro Sakalis and Hugh Fenton-White. Daniel Elder is the fourth official. Well, as we heard from former Socceroo Jacob Burns earlier before kickoff, fantastic evening for football, and we are underway, still looking for our first cup set of 2025. For Olympic Kingsway, they have labelled this the biggest match in their club's 72-year history. Their first ever Australia Cup participation in the final stages saw them reach the last 16 last season. And here they are now looking to go one better than that, and along the way claim a major scalp in the form of four-time A-League champions Melbourne Victory. Losing grand finalists the last two seasons. Big season for Arthur Dillis, his first in charge from the start of the campaign. And he's brought in a couple of new faces as well. Regular A-League viewers will know that there's no Daniel Arzani. He's headed off to Ferencváros in Hungary. Ryan Teagues joined Mechelen. Here's Zinedine Mashash. He's still there. Was he tripped? Free kick on the edge of the area. So free kick to come, and it's Mashash wearing that number 10 jersey who has placed the ball. The early foul. Aaron Williams, brother of former Socceroo Reece Williams, twin brother of Ryan. Former Perth Glory players, all of them. Reece most recently before retiring with Western Sydney a couple of seasons back. First chance of the evening, one to silence the home crowd who are still flowing through the gates. Mashash over the wall, brilliant stop. That was goal bound, and Adrian Sinagra diving away to his left, producing a fantastic save. First chance of the evening, 2 minutes in. You can see that temporary stand which has been put in. Another chance, Jackson. Victory winning the first two headers from that set piece and then driven back in. High and wide of the mark by the young Socceroos right back, Josh Insera. We'll be hoping to make that right back position his own. There is Josh Rawlins, the former Perth Glory and young Socceroo defender as well. Josh Rawlins, a Perth boy. Younger brother Aidan is actually captain of the under-18s at Olympic Kingsway. So a bit of a family affair. Long. Adama Traore doing the defending on Will Richards. And the free kick this time goes Olympic Kingsway. Just arrived mid-season, Will Richards, English forward who has been playing and coaching in Dubai before getting the call to join the Green Machine. Yet to open his account, but has looked lively. There's a familiar face in Mitch Oxborough. A decade spent in the A-Leagues for him. Started out with the Newcastle Jets, Perth Glory a couple of times, and even a season with Brisbane Roar. He is the captain of this Olympic Kingsway side, the set piece taker, the leader on and off the pitch as he drives that one towards the area. The header out, Williams just wouldn't quite settle. Kingsway with their first attack of the evening. Williams gives chase. Trying to pile the pressure on new signing Keegan Jelicic. That's a good ball. In towards Hobson. And now Oxborough. Oh, that wasn't far away. Well, he scored a brilliant goal at the weekend against Bayswater City. And Olympic Kingsway, who are really starting to find some form, answering that early free kick from Mashash with an effort of their own. One long over the central defender Harley, who's playing back-to-back matches for the first time in a while with the absent central defender Ryan Lowry. Now Victory, Santos in Serra. Still looking for his first goal for the first team. Well, those that saw Olympic Kingsway against Adelaide last season in that 3-2 thriller, which may have seen Olympic Kingsway bow out, they still had something to cheer about. Liam Boland scored his 12th and 13th goals in Australia Cup history, making him the all-time leading goal scorer. He's been injured for much of this season, but has just made his return in recent weeks, come off the bench in the last three, and even got a goal from the penalty spot against Armidale a couple of weeks ago. Hobson fouled. The home crowd filling that grandstand and starting to get a little boisterous. Former Socceroo Richie Garcia came through the ranks at this club. Danny Da Silva as well, Stan Lazaridis. There have been some big names down the years. Even the Tombides family played here, were champion. Dad of Dylan, Steve Tombides, back in 1980. They are an ambitious club, as I mentioned. They have just been involved again in the third round of expressions of interest for the championship, which they desperately want to be a part of. If not in this first couple of seasons as one of the 8 foundation clubs, then as of 2027. President Steve Nowakowski has made that very clear, that that is the club's ambition. The challenge coming across from the left back, Oliver Annis. And already we can see there's a much bigger crowd this evening than there was on Sunday night to see Perth Glory against Wellington Phoenix, mind you. I guess the crowd knew what was coming in terms of the weather. A lightning delay. Absolutely apocalyptic rain in the second half and during the penalty shootout. The ground staff of the city of Wanneroo really have done brilliantly to get it back to this level. So that's a good switch of play. Traore signed on for another season. Jordi Valadon swapped the number 14 shirt for the number 8 shirt this season, vacated by Zinedine Mashash. Here's Roderick Miranda, still with his number 21. Let's see Mitch Oxborough trying to keep tabs on Jordi Valadon. He'll do some running this evening if he wants to do that. Here's Mashash. Strong, the French Moroccan, still going. Wants to keep going too. Wrestling with Aaron Williams. And a little bit more again. He's been around a long time. Aaron Williams, he was recently captain of the Western Australian team for their July friendly against his former club, Persebaya of Indonesia. Here's Santos. Oh, clever. Through the legs of Anas. Santos down to the byline, cuts it back. Oh, clever left. Virgos with the step over, must be close to a penalty. He was completely taken out. And Mashash, with a brilliant opportunity, couldn't make it count. Ten minutes gone. Great chance set up by Santos. Let's have a look at the replay again. Virgos completely taken out by a couple of Kingsway players. We might head quickly down to Jacob Burns, who's on the sidelines for us. Jacob, first question, you must be happy that the rain has stayed away. How is the pitch holding up and what's the atmosphere like?
G'day, Robbie. Yes, delighted that there's not downpouring down here in Perth. We've had our fair share of rain this past week, but wonderful conditions down here, and what an incredible atmosphere with a full house and the WA public getting out in numbers to support Olympic Kingsway.
Now, goal kick for Sinagra. Signed at the start of last season for Olympic Kingsway. Here's Claris Mario Santos again. Took a little while to get into his stride last season, arriving at Melbourne victory, but certainly grew into the season. Traore, ball inside. Jelicic. Santos again with Dorigo. Here's Valadon, his one and only Melbourne victory goal. Came in the cup against Adelaide in the semi-final last season. Williams with a little word to the referee. Jackson. Oxborough can't get it back. Santos goes past Anas. Santos cross in. Cleared back with Insera. Insera still allowed to run into the area. Virgos with Jelicic. Little touch for Mashash. Victory holding onto the ball right on the edge of the area. Plenty of respect shown by the Olympic Kingsway defenders, perhaps a little bit too much. Insera, the 1-2 with Santos. And it's Luke Hewings who slid in, but it's Insera who comes out on top, and Harley Orr can only turn the ball over his own crossbar. The number 3 who scored the winning penalty against Balkata Etna to qualify Olympic Kingsway for the round of 32 for a second year in a row. Dorigo with the corner, deep back post. Beyond Virgos, Valadon. All the way back with Adama Traore. Insera with Traore again. Victory looking to put their foot on the ball to try and just take the sting out of this Olympic Kingsway side, who do like to play football. They've got an attacking lineup out there. The likes of Luke Hewings coming in for Tyler Garner, as Hobson's got their first ahead of Miranda. Crowd asking perhaps for a yellow card. Nothing given on that occasion on Joseph Hobson, the number 9. Against Western Knights 3 weeks ago. He scored a 3.5-minute hat-trick. The number 9 for Olympic Kingsway, as he just runs that one out behind Roderick Miranda. There he is. He's got 7 goals so far this season in the league, Hobson. He also put 4 past Perth Soccer Club in the cup and making it this far. They are a side that know how to score goals. Matiang, the number 5, who's arrived from the Perth Glory Academy, has 10 league goals to his name this season. He was played as a defensive midfielder mostly at Perth Glory. Here he is, coming deep, looking for the ball. Off Labib. Another emerging Perth footballing name from the South Sudanese community. Adriano Labib plays his football for Perth Glory these days. Flag up for offside against Mashash on that far side. See the crowd still arriving. Fantastic sight. 3 and 4 deep along that far side of the pitch. The 500-seater temporary stand that was put in place by Olympic Kingsway for the Perth Glory Wellington Phoenix match, and also this evening with the help of the West Australian State Government, who are proving to be very good allies of football at the moment in Australia, the Western Australian Government. $40,000 given just for this week's 2 matches in the Australia Cup from the government. Deputy Premier Rita Safiotti and local member for Lansdale, Daniel Pastorelli, who's also pledged $750,000 for the upgrade of this very venue. And you can see the crowd all rugged up, hoping for something to warm their spirits. They've been on the back foot for most of the opening 17 minutes. Dorigo again, another corner for Melbourne Victory. In it comes near post, blocked. Labib gets it back, the right back. That's a great switch of play for Matiang. Hewings forward, Hobson arriving. Little touch for Hewings, he manages to get there as well. Back to Hobson, Matiang is there, the shot just wide. Good football from the home team, and you can hear the home crowd rising to the occasion as well. They got a taste for it last year, and that's a good save from Jack Duncan. Hewings, who's scored goals off the bench this season, getting his chance from kickoff. The number 20, and it was a good ball back towards Hobson. Matiang got the eventual winner against Bayswater City last weekend. Oxborough and Tyler Garner with a deflected effort, the other goal scorers. Unfortunate timing for Tyler Garner, who's a member of the Australian futsal team, the Futsal Roos. He's away at the Futsal Continental Championship at the moment, so we'll miss this one. Big night as well for coach David Tuff, the championship winning coach of this Olympic Kingsway side, but As they break forward again, Labib, early cross, back post, Ewings is there. He couldn't hit the target. Aaron Williams had charged forward, and that was a really good opportunity. Gilt-edged, you'd have to say. Luke Ewings with a really good sighting at goal. Fantastic early ball. As Matiang and Labib combined. And Olympic Kingsway, after a victory-dominated opening 15 minutes, in which they did have a little chance of their own, it must be said, that effort from Oxborough. But now, the last 5 minutes, they're showing that they can also play football. Back with Sinagra. Matiang. So many of this Olympic Kingsway side have come through the ranks of the Perth Glory Academy. Jelicic. Mashash. Dorigo. Signed for victory from Lechia Gdansk, where he spent the last 2 years after leaving Adelaide. Very good midfield replacement for Ryan Teague, who's headed to Mechelen. Casey Boss has headed to Mainz in Germany. Mitch Langerak has retired as well, and Bruno Fornaroli, well, it's still a matter of watch this space. Mashash accelerates. Little reverse pass for Vergos, but just beyond him and out for a goal kick. And Williams has slipped dangerously. Valadon straight back with Vergos. Mashash again. Valadon. Good football off the post and in. The opening goal. And Geordie Valadon, who doesn't score many, has got the first of Melbourne Victory's season, in a competitive sense at least. Opening the account midway through the first half here.
Here go, boys, let's go!
The slip by Aaron Williams, Vergos and Mashash involved in the build-up. And it is a clinical finish from Geordie Valadon. In off the post, no chance for Adrian Sinagra. And just when Olympic Kingsway was starting to come out of their shells, they have been dealt a hammer blow. Melbourne Victory into an early lead, and as it has been so far in 2025 in the Hahn Australia Cup, the A-League sides are in front. Ewings involved, Dorigo as well. Annis forward again, trying to get him behind. Here's Williams, he's done well, and it's cleared by Adama Traore. Melbourne Victory players asking where the free kick was, and Will Richards is asking where the penalty is. Well, there's no video assistant referee, we say again and again when we don't have it. So there's no chance to really, for the referees or players to have another look at it. Mitch Oxborough's ball in, travelled a long way. Oh, pushed over by Mashash. A little too easily perhaps, according to the referee. And there, Mashash drags down again, and the crowd are not happy. Harley bundled over. Let's have a look. Well, he went down perhaps a little too easily. The arms were raised by Mashash, but it wasn't really a push or a grapple. They do have a good free kick here, though. And it's been a good little response from the home side in the 2 minutes since falling behind. The left foot of Oxborough again. Or in the middle, so is Williams, Richards, Matiang and Hobson. In it comes, back post towards Orr. Was there a hand there? There was. Penalty. Harley Orr is wondering why that was made. It did look like a hand. Harley Orr was involved. Was it Zinedine Mashash with the hand raised? Let's have a look as it comes to the back post. Well, it is. Mashash, he quickly put the arm away. He had front position. He didn't need to do that. Don't know what he's claiming by pointing to his elbow. And now the chance, just 3 minutes after falling behind, for Olympic Kingsway to equalise. And it's one of their former A-League men, Mitch Oxborough, to step up. 4 goals in the league so far this campaign. In this massive match for the Green Machine and their supporters. Oxborough steps up and drives it into the bottom corner. And we are all level at Olympic Stadium. Well, there we see how the penalty and why it was given. And Duncan went the right way, got his fingertips to it. That's a really well taken penalty from Oxborough. Well, they are determined to make this the biggest night in their club's history. Off the field, it's certainly the case. Santos driving forward, and he slipped at the crucial moment. Well, we've got an opportunity to go back down to Jacob Burns as we approach the half hour. Jake, it's already a pretty entertaining cup game.
It sure is, Robbie. Wonderful atmosphere down here, and Kingsway have been great value. They deservedly at 1-1. A couple of wonderful chances early on. Absorbed the pressure for the first 15, but a couple of old faces that we know well through the Perth Glory years, in particular Mitchy Oxborough has always been a very astute player with a wonderful left peg, who's having a great season. Had an early chance, but he made sure of the penalty and is looking every bit as a captain and leader out there.
Absolutely, he is such an important piece of the puzzle since he arrived at the club a little over a season ago now, when he cancelled his contract with Perth Glory to make the move to join this club on the rise. Make no bones about it. They are 3 points behind Bayswater City in the MPL. They want to qualify for the championship this season. Bayswater City, by the way, were undefeated after 17 matches in the MPL Western Australia before their defeat at the weekend. But Olympic Kingsway, they want to play on the national stage. They want to be a leader in Western Australia alongside the likes of Perth Glory. Here's Insera. This is Melbourne Victory's first competitive outing of the season as Mashash finds Santos. Now Valadon. After that defeat to Wrexham in that pre-season game, exhibition match if you like, with the new championship side. They did take on St George Caroline Springs, a 1-1 draw. Keegan Jelicic got his first goal, albeit in a friendly for his new side. Josh Rawlins started that one at right back ahead of Josh Insera, who returns this evening. And Jing Reese also started that game ahead of Claris Mario Santos, the Brazilian, who didn't play. Again, Arthur Dillis, as he did against Wrexham, basically played with two separate sides, one in each half. Virgos takes the free kick quickly. Well, that's beautifully done. Jelicic. Well, he's a familiar face out west as well, Keegan Jelicic. Spent his time in the A-League between his hometown of Brisbane and also Perth Glory, where he scored twice in 22 matches. Jelicic then in 2023 headed off to join Genk in Belgium. Spent a loan at Stabæk in Norway, and then back on loan at Brisbane last season. Now making the permanent move to Melbourne Victory, 2-year contract. Dorigo. Ball in towards Mashash. No free kick, says the referee. Richards with Oxborough. Now Matiang. His cross headed away by Jackson. Virgos coming deep. Well played. They have to be careful though in transition. Melbourne Victory have pace and technique coming forward, and Virgos has done well to find Jelicic again. He was well closed down by Labib. And Sinagra making an important save as the ball just got away from Keegan Jelicic. Wilson against Miranda again. Oxborough just slicing that one off the left boot. Just past the half hour. It's a nice turn from Mashash, looking to get away from Josh Sampson, who really is that number 6 sitting in front of the defence. Jelicic, Mashash, closed down by Sampson again. It's taken a deflection off the number 17. Another of the ex-Glory youngsters in his 5th season now with Kingsway. Won the Gary Marocchi medal for being man of the match in the top 4 cup final last September. Adama Traore's ball in. Miranda, clever little cushion pass for Santos. Insera, the overlapping run, a little bit too slow in coming. Labib inside with Hewings. Here's Labib again, who's a winger who's been transformed into a fullback under David Tuff. Mentioned the job he's done, David Tuff, the coach of this Kingsway side. He actually missed the game against Adelaide last year following the passing of his mother, and he had to return quickly to Scotland, and so wasn't even here for the last 16 clash last season rather. So he is another looking to make the most of this experience this evening against A-League opposition. Santos, clever ball. Dorigo into Mashash and just away it was. Nice football from Victory. Thumbs up from Zinedine Mashash. They have already been victims of a cup set Melbourne Victory, and they know they've got a real battle on their hands here. They've played Federation clubs 13 times in the Australia Cup. 12 wins, 1 defeat against Apia Leichhardt back in 2018. An Apia Leichhardt side who will be in action tomorrow evening against Melbourne City this time. And again, they're looking to become the first side to create 3 cup sets. Mashash, brilliantly done. Santos, oh, his first touch was not good. And the reaction of the crowd tells you what the finish was like. And again, they've had a couple of chances on the counter-attack. Hewings racing to get back and help out Anis, who was caught out of position with those fast transitions. It was Santos's first touch that really let him down there. Kingsway want to be in the championship this year. They will have to make it back-to-back championship, MPL championship wins. Hobson claiming that Miranda was just reaching around. Hobson had a good scoring record in the under-18s with Perth Glory before leaving in 2022 for the UK. Had a spell with Bury before returning a year later to Kingsway. Oxborough's ball in. Good defensive header from Virgos. Cleared long. Anis straight back. Hewings finds Williams. The header gets it wide. Oxborough on his right boot this time. It's a good ball, back post. Matiang just arriving a little bit late. Oxborough again. Anis. It's another good ball in. And Will Richards just can't bring it under control. Good football. Again from Olympic Kingsway, who are really making a good fist of this. There's a real sense of occasion around Olympic Stadium. Traore. Adama Traore. 35 years of age now. Mashash. Santos. Back for Mashash. Danger here as he tries to bend it inside that far post. Well, that's where Victory also looked dangerous. There's those fast breaks with the likes of Jelicic down the left and Santos down the right, and then there's the presence of Mashash on the edge of the area. And that's where the goal came from. It was a great finish from Jordi Valadon, but just that ability to have the time and space on the ball in and around the edge of the box. Matiang did very well to keep that in. Referee says nothing untoward with that challenge. Jelicic, well played. Virgos. And the clearance by Josh Sampson. Labib gives chase. Closed down by Jelicic. Labib again with Sampson. Helped on by Santos for Insera. That time Kingsway scramble well, force victory back towards their own halfway line. 5 minutes to go in the first half. And an entertaining first half of football it's been. Victory have dominated passages, but Olympic Kingsway have certainly not been backward in coming forwards. Every opportunity they've had to get on the front foot, they want to play. And they've caused more than a few headaches to Melbourne victory so far. Mashash, no way past Sampson. Hobson again backing in. Sampson over the top. Jackson's header, and here's Jelicic again. Williams forward. Oxborough. Olympic Kingsway back on the front foot. Labib with Matiang. Sampson. Valadon through the back. Again, no foul, says the referee. The crowd trying to influence the decisions a little bit. Mitch Oxborough wants to have a word as well in the ear of Sam Kelly. Perhaps just to get a little clarification. Labib bypasses Matiang. Clever little touch for Hewings. Goes sliding in. Duncan gets it clear, only as far as Harley Orr. His pass is under hit.
Well done, Ollie. Good boy.
The commitment into the challenge. Here's Orr again. Annis back with Williams. Santos forward, Vergos's touch. And it's all the way back to Sinagra. Again, his clearance is not the best. They've given it back to Jordi Valadon. That was not dissimilar to the opening goal. Here's Mashash, again with Valadon. Now Insera. He's looking for a shooting opportunity. Deflected wide. Another corner, just a couple of minutes left in the first half. And it'll be Louis Dorigo, who, as Ryan Teague was last season, looks like he is one of the main set-piece takers in this side. Dorigo's ball in near post. Jackson's header. Out for a goal kick. Let's head back down to Jacob Burns on the sidelines, Jake, as we head towards half-time. What have you made of it?
Oh, what a wonderful occasion. And the WA public that's come out are really getting what they've paid for to come into the gates. Olympic Kingsway have been good value, as I mentioned before, weathering the storm from victory in the opening 15 minutes, but have been well and truly in it. And will fancy their chances coming out in the second half.
Thanks, Jake. They absolutely will. We saw it last year when they had to come from behind against Adelaide, and they set up a real grandstand finish as well. Had chances to send it to extra time. Here's Insera. Back out, Santos. Sinagra with the save. Fumbled it, and it's Sampson who gets it clear. Plenty of numbers back for the green machine. Here's Insera again. Heavy touch, Santos. Santos looking to get onto that right boot, the cross in. Again, it's Josh Sampson with the header away. It's not the biggest at the back there for Kingsway. Santos's pass unable to pick out Josh Insera. You can hear there in the effects mic, 1 minute. That's exactly right, 1 minute of stoppage time. It's been a really flowing, open and attacking half of football as Virgos puts away Jelicic. Jelicic shoots. Did it take a deflection? It's beaten Sinagra at his near post. Aaron Williams went sliding in, but how quickly an A-League club can make you pay for the slightest little lapse in concentration. And Keegan Jelicic gets his first competitive goal. And I fancy it may well have taken a deflection off Williams, just the way it seemed to curl around Sinagra to beat him at his near post. And still Jelicic's goal. Mashash again involved, and it's the first half stoppage time. That has proved fatal for Olympic Kingsway. How much time will the referee add on? Not much. Well, it's a rather deflating finish for the home crowd on the stroke of half-time as Keegan Jelicic restores the A-League side. Melbourne Victory's 1-goal advantage after Jordi Valadon had fired them in front midway through the first half. Olympic Kingsway deservedly back on level terms just before the half hour, but then that goal from Jelicic just before the break means that the Green Machine will have to come out with plenty of fire in the second half if they want to cause the upset that their fans are waiting for. Half-time at Olympic Stadium. Melbourne Victory 2, Olympic
What are you doing?
We're planking.
It's because of our internet providers.
We're stuck in 2011.
Same slow internet speeds.
And high prices.
It's like a nightmare.
Enough planking. Superloop is a network purpose-built for the super-fast future of the internet. You are free.
Don't take it lying down, Australia. Refresh your internet.
try and pull this one out of the fire.
Well, Robbie, what a time to concede, just when we were talking about how well deserved they've been in it to concede the last kick of the ball. From up top where I'm standing, there's huge distance between the lines. I think that if Tuffy could see the height and the back line and how deep they are, almost giving Victory almost too much respect in between the lines to allow, you know, players like Zinedine and Santos to run at them, or Keegan Jelicic is asking for trouble. I'd love to see them adjust slightly, play a higher line and have their keeper aggressive. Would definitely close up the space in between the lines and allow their midfielders like Mitchy Oxborough and little Joshy Sampson to get on the ball and start pulling the strings, because they have been pretty good value themselves on the ball and creating opportunities.
Fantastic. Thanks for those insights, Jacob. Yeah, we do see that Melbourne Victory side looking very dangerous in the transitions when, as you say, they just get the chance to run into that space to turn Kingsway around. We're heading off to another quick break. We will be back with what promises to be an outstanding second half of Cup football coming up for you here in the West. Welcome back to Olympic Stadium. Kingsway Reserve in Perth, where the home side, as Jacob Burns said during the halftime show, conceded that second goal at the worst possible time with the last kick of the first half, which has given it a rather different complexion, because at 1-1, the home team, with the home crowd right behind them, are right in this contest. They still are, mind you, against a Melbourne Victory side, twice winners of this competition in 2016 and 2022. 2-0 winners over Perth Glory the first time, 2-1 over the Central Coast Mariners. The second, they lost that final last year to MacArthur FC as well, but with the new AFC Cup formats and the winner of the Cup going into the AFC 2 competition, a very winnable competition for Australian clubs, particularly A-League clubs, then there is a real incentive to go all the way. Same goes, of course, for the Federation clubs that play their football in the NPL. Here's Keegan Jelicic trying to thread the ball through towards Virgos, intercepted by Williams. Labib gives it away. Valadon back with Traore. Nice football from Victory. Mashash back to Traore. Drives it in low. Virgos leaves it again. And the effort of Santos is deflected wide for a corner. Melbourne Victory straight onto the front foot early in this second half. I mentioned we're still waiting for our first cup set of this year. Only 1 year of the Australia Cup in its current format since 2014 have we not had a cup set. That was 2015, the second year. Dorigo's ball in. Defensive header straight back. Oh, Dorigo sold the big dummy to Hobson. Cross in again, punched away by Sinagra. Matiang now gives chase. We had 4 cup sets last season. As here's Labib on the charge. Labib in and out. Well defended by Jelicic. Space though for Oxborough. On that left foot, in it comes. Jackson's header. And a second as well. And the flag up for offside in the end. It was the most cup sets ever in a single year. Oakley Cannons over Sydney FC for the second time. South Melbourne against Wellington Phoenix, their first cup set. Heidelberg, their second. After getting the better of Perth, they overcame the Mariners last year. And Moreton City Excelsior also got the better of Perth Glory. Perth Glory suffering their second cup set. Wellington have suffered 3, as have the Central Coast Mariners. Sydney FC, 2 cup sets against the same opponents in Oakley Cannons. Of course, cup set means A-League club eliminated by NPL club. It doesn't necessarily work between NPL divisions, as we saw with Nunawading and their record victory over Darwin Olympic. The 3rd division Victorian side, 9-0 winners over the Northern Territory NPL effort. Mashash, nice little touch for Jelicic. Victory on the front foot again. Virgos, reverse pass, looking for Jelicic. Labib can't keep it in play. They've been playing a lot of matches. Olympic Kingsway, they've had A lot of big matches as well. They've managed to close the gap at the top of the MPL standings to just 3 points. Matiang. That's a great run. Charging through the middle. Finds Hobson as well. Hobson tries his effort from distance. Well, he took it early. And he struck it truly. Unfortunately for him and the Green Machine fans. Straight at Jack Duncan. The bib keeps it alive with Oxborough. Referee again allowing play to continue. Matiang back outside for Lebib. Really is free-flowing in attack. Lebib, the right back, loves to get forward. Matiang as well. We've got Hewings and Hobson also pushing further forward. Support coming from the number 11. Will Richards, the mid-season signing. Here he is with Lebib. Good ball for Matiang. Richards. Sampson, the cutback. Oh, off the crossbar from Hobson. That was really good football. 5 minutes after the restart. And the best chance of this second period goes the way of the home side. He just stabbed at it, trying to cut it back, lifted over the goalkeeper. He did it almost perfectly. Did Joe Hobson. And another little reminder, if Melbourne Victory and their coach Arthur Dillis really needed it, that they have a contest on their hands here. Matiang starting to get a lot more involved as well, the Kingsway number 5. That ball given away. Lebib inviting Sampson forward. That was always going to end only one way, with a yellow card for Josh Sampson rather. Who, like many, has had an outstanding season for Olympic Kingsway, but there Lebib's pass was well overhit and he was always going to play second fiddle to Adama Traore there, Sampson. Great turn, Jelicic. Closed down though. Hewings finds Oxborough. Sampson with Williams. Bypasses Lebib for Matiang. Just out of play. Referee's assistant on this near side, Hugh Fenton White, a very easily recognisable official in the A-League as Matiang releases Hobson quickly. Oh, and he just wanted it on his right boot. They were just a couple of centimetres off there, Olympic Kingsway, from creating another real chance. Annis with the challenge as Insera wins the throw on that far side of the pitch, down in front of the grandstand and the benches. Now Jackson, the former Newcastle Jet, who's been plying his trade in Asia. Jackson, who was 4 seasons at Suwon in Korea before returning to Melbourne Victory midway through last season. Sampson, throw goes Melbourne Victory's way. You can see the Melbourne Victory bench there. There are a few attacking options, but for the moment, while they have their noses in front, Arthur Dillis doesn't really have to make a move at the moment. Once again, they're unable to keep it in play, so it's out for a throw this time for Olympic Kingsway. They've managed to make a bit of a meal of that with Harley Orr. Burgos, great little touch for Mashash. Really good challenge. And once again, Aaron Williams, when he had to step up and make a crucial intervention, he did so. He spotted the danger very early. That of Zinedine Mashash with the ball. Here's Matiang. Back with Oxborough. Matiang again, able to turn. Helps it forward. That's good football. Labib in behind them. The cutback. Richards just couldn't reach it. Matiang again involved. Oh, that's a little bit dangerous. Annis comes away with it. Matiang, Oxborough, little 1-2 with Hobson. And now the danger. Mashash on the charge. Vergos takes off. It's a good ball. Vergos is going to get there as well. Goes around Sinagra. Just forced him wide. Well, he showed a clean pair of heels to Aaron Williams. Did Vergos, but not enough to get there with enough time to round the keeper. Huge let-off again for Olympic Kingsway, who had a chance just moments earlier themselves. You can hear a little bit of advice from the crowd, which is don't let Zizou get the ball. Here he is again. Zizou on the charge. Williams again. Outstanding. Body on the line defense from the man that's plied his trade in India, Indonesia and Australia, of course. Foul on Matiang. Yellow card for Adama Traore. We'll head back to Jacob Burns quickly. Jacob, when we have an open game like this with chances at both ends, does it suit Melbourne Victory or does it suit Olympic Kingsway?
Well, it certainly suits Melbourne Victory, just with their quality on the ball, their threat up front, with their pace. As I said, they still haven't really adjusted Kingsway to their deep line, which is hurting them in transition for sure. What it does allow Kingsway to get some chances off, and I think Hobson up front's doing a tremendous job, as is Matiang in there. If they can connect closer together, they're a chance again, and they've created. Here's Hobson again, obviously getting in, but he's had 2 unbelievable opportunities early doors to kind of level up, and I'm sure he's going to get a few more. I would love to see him compact this pitch. It's not a huge pitch, so it suits them if it's tight and they're in the mix together. It doesn't suit them when they allow the quality of Victory players to get on the ball in transition and to hit him with their pace with their top 3.
Well, that's where that quality does shine through. At Kingsway, they're making a very good fist of this. Oxborough delivers. Ball in, the header away from Miranda. Jordi Valadon gets there. Long ball. Jelicic brings it down. I've got another question for you, Jacob. We'll get there in a moment. As Oxborough looks long, looks early for Hobson against Miranda. Plenty of white shirts back, as you can see. And Miranda comes out on top, and then is fouled. Referee allows the advantage. It was Hewings with the foul. Now Valadon and Mashash able to turn and face forward again. That's going to be a throw for Kingsway. So, Jake, we know that the likes of Jaden Gorman are missing. There's no Tyler Garner as well, but there is a certain Liam Boland on the bench for Olympic Kingsway. Is he fully fit, do you think? Is he a player that still has it to try and make the difference here?
Absolutely. I think at some point Tuffy's going to bring him on, probably with limited minutes, obviously coming back from injury. But you know, with his goal scoring record in the cup, he'll be super hungry. He's a big physical lad too, so he'll be able to bring some players in. And I'm pretty sure Tuffy will have him up his sleeve when the moment's right. But yeah, definite threat, and you know, he's got that hunger with the goal scoring record there for him to take.
He does indeed. 13 Australia Cup goals. And you can see that the Olympic Kingsway bench is empty. So is the Melbourne Victory bench. The players are out. There's starting to get quite heated on the sidelines. And it's Josh Insera who's involved there. Now Roderick Miranda wants to come and have a word to the fourth official as well. Yellow card for Roderick Miranda down there in front of the Victory bench, where we can also see new assistant coach Andrew Durante alongside Arthur Dillis. Roderick Miranda still with plenty to say to referee Sam Kelly. That was the young attacker Luke Hewings. Arrived midway through last season from the Glory Academy. Got a couple of goals off the bench against Floriat as well in a big win. Well, there it is. The big man himself, Liam Boland. As Jacob said, big physical presence. Only made 3 appearances this season out of 18. The last 3 all off the bench. But he's going to get nearly half an hour here, at least, because he may push it a little bit further. He comes on for Hewings, the Australia Cup all-time leading goal scorer. Is into the action. Will Richards is also coming off. And Jonathan Leathead is also coming on. The number 2, who's also been amongst the goals. Or with the header towards Leathead, who turns. Well, what an introduction that it would have been. I don't really need to say it, but Jonathan Leathead was also a long-time member of the Perth Glory Academy. He arrived last season. He was also represented Australia at under-17 level. 3 goals this season, including 1 against the Glory MPL side. Sampson with Orr. He's looking to make a nuisance of himself from those set pieces and get forward. Long. 1 over the top for Hobson. You can see Boland's moved into that central role. Hobson has moved to the left where Hewings was operating. Leathead on the right where Richards was. So still here's Oxborough for Boland. Leathead back with Boland. Against Geordie Valadon, it's quite the physical mismatch. Here's Labib down that right hand side. Labib drives it in hard to the back post, and it was Ollie Annis who was arriving at the back post, who couldn't make clean enough contact, and in the end it's gone all the way out. Well, just Boland's presence up front Almost causing problems there as Hahn arrived. Cross back in. Leadhead gives chase. Adama Traore clears. Long. Well, all of a sudden, this game has really changed. Labib with the little 1-2 with Leadhead. Long clearance. Sampson now. He looks up early towards Hobson. I think it's hit him on the head as he turned to chase back. Foul against Annis, and it's another yellow card for the foul on Santos. Olympic Kingsway asking the referee to make sure Melbourne victory keep the pace of the game ticking over. Boland. Confirmation of that yellow card for Oleanis just seconds after he had that chance at the back post. Burgos past Williams, but not Oxborough, who does well. Williams again with Sampson, industrious in the middle of the park. He's like Kingsway's Geordie Valadon. Josh Sampson in there. Mashash, the little 1-2. Annis. More spectacular sliding in. Gets a little pat on the back from Santos there. Earlier tonight, Sydney FC 1-0 winners over Western United. Auckland 4-0 winners over Gold Coast Knights. And MacArthur, the defending Cup winners, 5-0 over SD Raiders. Sampson again. Libib back with Williams. Oh, Oxborough hit late by Jackson. Boland has it for Kingsway. Here's Matiang. He's a long way out. The switch back in towards Boland. Got his head on it. Got it on target. Well, that's the threat he does pose. Midway through the second half, we've seen David Tuff head to the bench. Arthur Dillis has to try and mix pre-season minutes for his players along with the very serious need to win this football match. Mashash. Mashash again. Can't find Valadon. Leadhead. Back with Annis. Leadhead again. The number 2 off the bench. Clever touch. Boland for Matiang. Here comes Labib. Leadhead takes over. Labib down that right-hand side. Trying to get it in behind Traore. Good challenge from the veteran, the former Cote d'Ivoire international, with a really good tackle to deny Labib. He's got an eye for goal, the number 19, and his eyes were lighting up there. Another set piece. Boland will be the threat. In it comes, near post. Boland was there, the header by Virgos. Leated back with Oxborough. Here's Labib. Onto the right foot. The cross is poor. Matiang got the touch though, goes again. And Jackson has put it out for another corner. The crowd in that temporary stand, an extra 500 capacity. Braving the cold and really starting to get behind their side. Oxborough again, back post this time. Flick back towards Williams. Still they have it. Hobson, they've got it. We're all square. And that stand does erupt. Well, they've been threatening all night. At this level, it's a question of taking your chances, and finally, they have done. Good play from the defenders, Orr and Williams, before Joe Hobson stabbed the ball in underneath the crossbar, having hit it 5 minutes into the second half. He's got his name on the score sheet, and the cup set is back on. Here's Josh Rawlins, the Perth local, in this Melbourne Victory side, who's come on to replace Adama Traore. As I mentioned at the top of the program, his younger brother Aidan is the coach, is the captain rather, of the under 18 side at Olympic Kingsway. Mashash chops back. Valadon blocked again by Williams. Got another change as well with Jing Reese coming on. Rawlins. Here is Jing Reese. Australian Youth International. Reese on the charge. That's deflected behind. So Victory back on the front foot. Jing Reese has come on to replace Santos. Mentioned the new signings from Melbourne Victory. There's also Franco Lino, who has returned from Viking in Norway. Ball in near post. Glanced on by Miranda. Leated now. Another ball for the tireless Labib. Charging forward, turned into trouble though.
Strong, Labib, strong. Good boy, Labib, good boy, good boy, good boy. Well done. Good foul, good foul.
Foul on Virgos.
Keep going, Jono. Well done. Run, Lamb.
Thank you so much for coming out to Kingsway Reserve to support Olympic Kingsway and the Hahn Australian Cup.
3,033.
We've just heard the stadium announcer, Tommy Doland, announced that a crowd of over 3,000 in attendance. So that would be a record crowd, I would say, certainly in the last few years for Olympic Kingsway. There's that effort from distance, well claimed by Sinagra. They had 1,800 here last year against Adelaide. 3,033, I think I heard, was the official figure. Sampson has it back, lead head, little touch from Matiang. Oxborough looking to take over, strong from Valadon, but Matiang gets it straight back off Jelicic. Oxborough Outside with Labib. Labib needed a good cross, and it wasn't, unfortunately, for the home side, as Jelicic settles things down. That's a good ball forward from Dorigo for Virgos, but Alior with a good defensive header. Rawlins not decisive enough for Jelicic. Oxborough looks up, looks long. It's a good switch of play for Hobson. Sarah thought that should have been a goal kick. Hobson's won the corner. Let's not forget the equaliser. Just 5 minutes ago came from a corner on the other side. And this Olympic Kingsway side does score goals in runs. They come quickly. Renaud Piscopo, who's inherited the number 7, left vacant from Daniel Arzani, is preparing to come on. Oh, as Matiang got his head on that from inside the 6-yard box. A good chance as Piscopo will come on for Mashash. We might head back down to Jacob Burns on the sidelines. Victory are being forced to bring on some attacking reinforcements of their own. What's the feeling down there? Is the tide just turning a little bit?
Yeah, what a game. Yeah, incredible scenes here, and young Hobson deserved to get the equaliser there. But yeah, like you mentioned, you look at an A-League side when you've got Piscopo to come on. You know, there's plenty of depth in numbers there. But they're right up for an Olympic Kingsway. It's certainly going to be right to the death here, and may even go into extra time like we've seen in many of the cup games and penalties. But I'm sure Victory are going to try and want to avoid this and try and get some of their playmakers on to get in between the lines. But Kingsway keep coming, so let's see if someone can nick it.
Well, it's getting towards the business end. 14 minutes to go plus stoppages before the potential of extra time, and that will be a real test for this Melbourne Victory side. Piscopo, as Jacob mentioned, when you can bring on a player of that quality, here he is, the number 7 on the ball, with an early touch to replace the Franco-Moroccan Zinedine Mashash. They are just about all internationals at youth or senior level. Nishan Velupale still missing with that ankle injury picked up against Auckland. Oh, as that's a nasty challenge from Rawlins. Now, what's the referee going to make of that? The studs were absolutely raised. The call you can hear is for red. Referee, he's getting word from his assistants. Rawlins, what's colour is it going to be for Josh Rawlins? It's gone into the left hand, and it's a red card for the Perth boy. Off the subs bench, Josh Rawlins. Well, he can't believe it. Well, there'll be no contesting it. It's a red card for Josh Rawlins on Labib. Let's have a look again here. He lunges. Well, it's unlucky. He's lunging for the ball. If it had landed on the foot, basically, that's a yellow card these days. He's landed half on the foot, half on the ankle. There wasn't too much force involved, but it was high. It did look bad. And Rawlins couldn't believe it. He'll have to head straight down the tunnel to the changing room as well. I'm sure he's got the family in attendance this evening. And that has not been the homecoming that Josh Rawlins was looking forward to. already missing out on the starting 11. Now, that changes things. Does it change them considerably? A Melbourne Victory side in their first competitive match of the season. Now a player down, with the possibility of extra time to come. Have the cards just been stacked in favour of Olympic Kingsway? I was speaking to the club president, Steve Nelkovsky, in the last couple of days, and he said they want this cup set. He was almost convinced it was going to happen. The crowd have lifted again following that red card. The pitch that was basically underwater 2 days ago when Wellington Phoenix eliminated Perth Glory on penalties has held up remarkably well. Here's Labib. Outstanding second half from him. From Matiang. Oxborough has been everywhere. Hobson up front. Leadhead since coming on. Here's Matiang. Back onto the left. The cross in. Just not close enough to Boland to try and run across the line and just sow the seeds of doubt in Jack Duncan's mind. Leadhead's done well. Just trips, no foul by Valadon. Miranda allowed to run. Was he dragged back? Yes, says the referee, just. Sam Kelly just letting Aaron Williams know there. Watch your tongue, or else it will be yellow. The cross cleared by Williams. Attacking throw for Melbourne Victory. Josh Insera coming across to take the throw. You can see there Kingsway have got the ball wide, have got the ball into good areas. Or with Hobson, the number 9, back doing the defending. Fergus again. Oxborough trying to win it back. They force Victory back. Victory happy to hold on to the ball at the moment. They need to soak up some pressure. I'm sure they will be desperate to end this before the 90 minutes as well are up. Matiang. One for Leadhead to chase. He gets there ahead of Jelicic. And Jelicic puts it out for a corner. Well, he's made a real impact since coming on as well. Jonathan Leadhead. The left foot of Mitch Oxborough. Those fans waiting in anticipation. Oxborough's ball in near post. Boland was there. Cleared by Vergos. Annis with Oxborough again. Cross lifted towards Boland. Not easy to get past the control tower that is Lockie Jackson. Labib. Switching flanks with Matiang. His left foot cross is not a bad one. Miranda, excellent in the air as well. That's a foul by Jing Reese. late into that challenge on Olianis. Right under the nose of the referee. And again, Oxborough. There you see Jing Rees just late on the scene, the former Central Coast Mariner, most recently also spent time in Denmark with Aarhus before returning to be part of that incredible treble winning season for the Central Coast Mariners. Now Harley Orr and Liam Boland are at the back post. Oxborough to deliver. In it comes. Orr is there. And he knows that was a really good chance. Out for a goal kick, couldn't keep it on target. Really good opportunity. Oxborough again, little touch on. Boland gets his body in there. Wide for Hobson. Cross in. The header only as far as Labib. Sampson. Olympic Kingsway trying to force the issue now. 5 minutes left. Sampson. Back with Harley Orr. It was a really good opportunity at the back post. Leated drives the cross in, blocked. Sampson again. Everyone back for Melbourne victory. Virgos, the player the furthest forward. Oxborough with the big switch. Anis. Matiang, who's just playing across the full front of the attack. There's the switch. Valadon charging forward. Back with Duncan. Now Rees. Ball back post. Piscopo. Danger here for Olympic Kingsway. Oh, Renault Piscopo. Well, that is the quality against the run of play. The 10 men of Melbourne victory have produced an absolute gem from Renault Piscopo into the top corner. And just when it looked as though Olympic Kingsway were the most likely goal scorers, Renault Piscopo has driven a dagger through the heart of the green machine.
Let's go, boys!
With just 2 minutes left.
Let's go, boys, let's go!
Victory lead. You can hear the Kingsway supporters cheering their side to keep going, to keep giving. 3-2 it ended against Adelaide last season. 3-2 they trail now against Melbourne victory. One for Leated to chase. Jelicic back filling in at left back.
Let's go, Kingsway!
Well, it's been a fantastic performance from the local side, the hosts this evening. And they are wanting all of this time to be added on. They've got another substitution coming now. Jake, we saw it in the first half with the last kick, how cruel football can be sometimes, and it's repeated itself in the second half.
Yeah, Robbie, yeah, they're devastated, obviously, Kingsway. There's still a couple of minutes left, as you mentioned, but we called it, mate, before Piscopo come on. The quality and the depth, sometimes that's the difference when games get stretched and are the ultimate levelers. But, gee, they've been good value, Kingsway, right from start to finish. And who knows, mate, they'll go all the way to the last kick of the ball here. Tuffy will be getting them right up for it. Trying to get belief that they can get one more back and send it into extra time.
Well, they've got 4 minutes of stoppage time to do just that. Jack Duncan with the big up and under. Annis looking for Hobson, unable to turn in Sarah. Here's Piscopo. For the moment, his goal, and it was a stunning goal as well, is the difference between the two sides. And that's saying something, because there hasn't been too much difference between the two sides. Jelicic again taking his time. Jing Reese gives chase, it's come off. Jing Reese last, you could hear the referee say green ball. Ollie Annis, they've been courageous. Do they have the resources, physical and mental, to try and find another equaliser? Labib does just enough under pressure from Jelicic. Here's Oxborough. He's got Boland in there. Ball goes back post. Oh, it's overhit. If you wanted a player to deliver a ball into the box in this Kingsway side, it would be Mitch Oxborough under pressure. And that one was overhit and straight out of play. Again, Victory will take their time. Victory will try and wind down the clock. Long it goes. Labib. Sampson with Oxborough. Oxborough. The crowd enjoyed it. Labib looks up, crosses. And again, it's too high, too close to Duncan. Not enough pace, not enough devil about that ball in from Labib to cause any problems for a keeper of Jack Duncan's experience. Had an outstanding first season as well at Melbourne. Victory to Jack Duncan after the disappointment of his transfer to Wellington Phoenix. And in the end, he failed to play a single game. Oxborough with Labib. Oxborough back again for Labib. Drives it in hard this time. The chance. Oh, they've done it! Boland! Can you believe it? In the last minute of the match. And Liam Boland, the most reliable striker in Australia Cup history, has delivered again. 3-3. Oxborough with a great ball for Labib. Driven in hard. Left by Sampson. And who else but the big man? For the Green Machine, knocking it out of the park. A 14th Australia Cup goal for Liam Boland. And they didn't give up They kept going. And just when it looked as though the opportunity had gone, they came back again. The magic of the cup is alive and well at Olympic Stadium. How much time is there left? This Olympic Kingsway side is never more dangerous than when they've just scored. But will there be time? Or Dorigo chips it forward. Williams. Well, the crowd of over 3,000 at Kingsway Reserve. Nobody left. Nobody was thinking this was going any other way but a cup set this evening. Rees. Melbourne Victory might yet have the final say. Hobson. With Insera. The players getting involved. The full-time whistle has blown. We are heading to extra time. The cup set dream is alive and well for the Green Machine. They left it late, but Liam Boland's 94th minute equaliser, cancelling out Reno Piscopo. What a match of football. What a cup tie in the round of 32. Full time, but with more to come. It's finished 3-3. Well, Jacob Burns, what do you make of all this, and where are we going next?
Well, just when I was about to walk out into the car park, Liam Boland stepped up. Well, we said it. We said that there's some of the players that can make a difference in a game, and Liam Boland's certainly one of them with his 14th goal in the cup. You couldn't write the script any better, really. What a fantastic match. Well worth the entry fee, and I'm sure there's going to be some chops and changes in this this next period of extra time with Victory a man down. The level playing field is certainly out there now.
Well, Jake, we saw in that probably the last 20 minutes following the red card to Josh Rawlins, or last 15 minutes, that Kingsway did have the better of it. They did try and take the game. Yes, Victory are dangerous because of that quality that we saw with Reno Piscopo, for example, but is this Kingsway's to lose now, or is that still asking a little bit too much against an A-League side?
No, I don't think so. I think, you know, purely on the fact that, you know, this is the beauty of the cup. You're playing teams, MPL teams that are well and truly match fit. They've got 4 games to go for the finals. Olympic Kingsway have had a hell of a season. They're right up the top and defending their championship this year. And you've got a Melbourne Victory who are 3 games into their pre-season, missing some players, guys that are trying to get minutes under their belt. So it's a real level playing field. And you add to that the romance of, you know, in the local grounds and Olympic Kingsway with the local fans. You mentioned Steve Nowakowski, who's a good mate and an old media guy from Perth Glory. He's standing underneath the scaffolding here, and he looked like he was in tears one sec. Next thing, he's doing the Mourinho running around the ground. So yeah, it's beautiful atmosphere.
Thanks, Jake. I was actually wondering whether that was Steve we could hear. And even after that third goal went in from Piscopo, he was still geeing them up, saying, come on, keep going.
Yes, I thought about inviting him up, Robbie, up to the stand, but then I thought better of myself and thought you wouldn't be able to hear me talking if Steve was standing next to me right now. Very emotional man.
Absolutely. President since 2016. As you mentioned, former media man at Perth Glory, and first played for the Green Machine back in 1984 as a junior, and is now the man who has rebuilt this club and taking them back to the glory days of the late 70s. Top 4 cup winners, 78, 79, 80 and 2024. That's a long time between drinks. Extra time is underway. Olympic Kingsway have heroically pulled this one out of the fire. Not once, not twice, but 3 times to equalise on home soil against the 4-time A-League champions Melbourne Victory, twice winners of the Australian Cup. And now they have 30 minutes, 2 times 15, to try and get the crucial goal that will see them into the last 16 for the 2nd year in a row. Oxborough with Boland. Oxborough back to him. Matiang and Labib were charging forward as well. Melbourne Victory reduced to 10 when local Perth product Josh Rawlins was sent off. And now Kingsway with the opportunity to write a little more history. Ball into the feet of Jing Reese, who fouls Harley Orr. Reese claiming that he was the player being fouled. Aaron Williams. Here's Labib. Matiang. Sampson. Matiang again. Patient. Oxborough strikes from distance. Was well hit, but straight at Jack Duncan. Now Duncan again. Victory looking to play their way out, and they do so well. Jelicic now. Strong again from Harley Orr. One in the air by Insera. Here's Jelicic. We know his quality. Piscopo, we've seen it as well from him. Against Labib. Excellent piece of defending from the young right back. Josh Sampson. Such an opportunity for these players to measure themselves against full professionals, Australian internationals. They're not far off, but let's not forget they're only semi-professional. Most of them have other jobs or are students at this level. Coming up against an A-League opponent can be a career highlight for some of these players. Oxborough back out for Labib. Turns inside Piscopo. Oxborough again. Boland lurking at the back post. In it comes. Excellent header, Miranda. Oxborough back in. Dorigo. He's had a good game, discreet alongside Valadon in midfield for Melbourne victory. Good ball, Matiang. Labib gets there. Boland at the near post. Well defended by Jackson. Piscopo clears, but only as far as Aaron Williams. Or again. Hawksborough is just permanently on the ball now, it feels like. Here he is again, inviting Annis forward down that left-hand side. Well defended in Serra. Gets it back from Valadon. Now he goes long. One for Jing Reese to try and chase. And the expected goals very much in Kingsway's favour. Labib keeps it in. Turns inside Piscopo. Boland. Nice little first touch. Manages to get it out to Matiang. Flag does go up in the end for offside. Well, it's accentuated since the sending off of Josh Rawlins, but Olympic Kingsway now with over 50% possession in the contest, and they've had most of the most recent shots as well. Victory still lead in that department, 19 shots to 14, but Kingsway now 7 shots on target to just 6. As here's Jelicic. Oh, you've got to be careful. And now Jing Reese with the follow-up. He claims he was being fouled by Orr. So close, Keegan Jelicic. So both sides have hit the crossbar now. Leated gives chase. Gets the better of Jelicic. Leated crosses. Nobody in there though for Kingsway. Matiang keeps it alive. Here's Sampson. Hawksborough. There are some tired legs out there. Oh, surely a penalty. Referee says yes. Keegan Jelicic falling across the legs of Lart Matiang. And the referee, Sam Kelly, took a long, hard look at it. He turned him here. Jelicic just too slow. And there he falls across and takes the legs. Melbourne victory are not happy. Now what's happened? Matiang, Williams, Piscopo was involved as well. Something has happened there around the penalty spot, I suspect. Harley Orr very much involved. Oh, as Lucky Jackson wants to keep going with it. And here's another look at the penalty. Matiang just standing up Jelicic, going past him. Well, to me, as you could hear in the commentary, that looks like a penalty to me. Not too many doubts for mine. Now, what we didn't see is what happened here. Off the ball. While we were looking at the referee. And now, Liam Boland in the 100th minute. Oh, perhaps we are going to have a little bit more. I will come to you in a moment, Jake, to find out if you saw what happened off the ball. Are we going to hear a little bit more here? Referee Sam Kelly wants to have a word with someone. It's Hobson. I think right pocket is yellow because it was left pocket for Rawlins. Yellow card for Louis Dorigo. Yellow card for Hobson. And after this long, long wait, Liam Boland is going to have the chance to score his 15th Australia Cup goal, and perhaps the most important, certainly in recent seasons, certainly the most important potentially with Olympic Kingsway, the man that scored over 100 in NPL Victoria for the likes of the Oakley Cannons and Green Gully and Avondale. He's played for Perth and Floreat and Inglewood in Western Australia. Now he wears green, and now he might yet prove again to be the match winner. Boland steps up, and Boland scores, sending Jack Duncan the wrong way. And this Olympic Kingsway side, having equalised 3 times, now lead in the 102nd minute for the first time in this incredible contest. And now it's Melbourne Victory who are all waiting for the kickoff. And the NPL West Australia side, Olympic Kingsway, taking their time to get back. Jake, you said you couldn't write this sort of script. I'm pretty sure it's been in the dreams of Olympic Kingsway fans leading up to this match. But even so, they must be pinching themselves.
Yes, we've just witnessed another Steve Nowakowski Mourinho run down the sideline. And yeah, look, wonderful story. Let's see if they can hang on. But G. Boland's been good value too since he's come on. I kind of thought, geez, would Mitchie Oxborough step up for his second, or would he give it to Boland? There was all the commotion and delay. You never want to see that when there's penalties. So I thought there could be every chance this could be a miss. And I don't know what the melee was about in there. I have a sneaky suspicion that Louis Dorigo might have dug up that penalty area, and that kind of caused the melee there before it all happened. But the action remains, and Kingsway is still pushing on. So let's see how it ends, Robbie.
Here they come again. Leathead, the cross. Miranda was there. Oh, he's lost it though. Only momentarily recovered. Leathead was there, and that's strong from Labib. Too strong on Jelicic. And you can really see, we mentioned it, how hard it was going to be for Melbourne Victory. The players that just don't have the minutes in their legs. It's their first competitive outing. They played an exhibition match against Wrexham AFC. They played a friendly against St George Caroline Springs. But this is a whole different ball game. And what Olympic Kingsway is showing us and reminding us is that when you want something that badly, when you're in shape, the technical difference between these two sides, the resources, you can bridge that gap through just pure desire, and that's exactly what Olympic Kingsway have done this evening. Labib with Matiang. He was discreet, Matiang, in the first half. He has been absolutely integral to everything Kingsway have done in the second. Same goes for Labib, the right back, but Matiang, Oxborough and Sampson getting on the ball in the middle of the park and making the difference as well. Now they have to be careful. They go all the way back to Sinagra. He made a couple of really good saves as well early on. Everyone has played their part in this. As it stands, they are just over 15 minutes away from the first cup set of 2025 and the first in their own history. You get the feeling the best pages of this Olympic Kingsway history, and there have been some great chapters in the past, but perhaps, just perhaps, the best is yet to come. In Sarah, Reese has all slipped. Can't get it back though. In fact, the initial ball forward was from Melbourne Victory substitute Radamissis, 18 years of age. He's been very present in the NPL side, 18 appearances for Melbourne Victory, who, it must be said, have struggled in the NPL. I think they've lost something like 12 of their last 13 matches in the NPL Victoria. So it's another one for Leadhead. The impact he's made since coming on as well, stretching that Victory defence, forcing them onto the back foot. He loses out that time to Jackson. Piscopo, he's done well, he's got the better of Oxborough. Oh, and then he slipped into that challenge with Williams. Dorigo can't win it back. Oh, Radamissis. He's done his hamstring here, the youngster. You can see the moment it went. He did very well to hang on, to keep fighting, to stay in there. On his first team debut, the hammy is gone as he was forced to turn and chase with Hobson. You can see the shake of the head from Roderick Miranda. He's got that sinking feeling. There you see it go, and he did ever so well in the end, really. The youngster John Radamissis. We're into extra time, so they do have extra subs. Played against both Wrexham and St George Caroline Springs as a substitute in both matches. So a couple of changes, because Jordi Valadon has also come off. He's been replaced by Luca Kolic, the former Melbourne Knight youngster, and straight onto the ball, Kolic. He's got big raps on him, now 20 years of age though. And Alex Lee has also come on, just 17 years of age. He already has a little bit of history with the Australia Cup as Boland nods on. Jelicic bundled over by Leadhead and wins the free kick. Alex Lee scored on debut last season against the Lambton Jaffers. A 4-1 victory. And it was a pretty accomplished finish as well. Looked like he might be one to look out for, but then didn't make a single appearance with the team last season. That was his touch back with Kolic. Dorigo. Confirmation of those substitutions. Kolic on for Valadon. And that is after 4 minutes of stoppage time at the end of the first half. The end of that opening period. And for the first time in this contest, it is the home side, Olympic Kingsway, that lead against Melbourne Victory. 4 goals to 3 with 15 minutes left to play. We'll head back one more time to Jacob Burns. Well, we'll keep coming back as well as this one shows really no signs of ending. We may yet have penalties. But Melbourne Victory, Jake, you get the feeling, are getting right down to the bare bones now. All the substitutions have now been made, and there are some tired, weary legs out there.
Yeah, look, Robbie, it's a heavy pitch too. Obviously, we saw on Sunday with Glory and Wellington how much rain has dropped down here. I've walked across it, and it looks good, although it's quite soft. So that will be playing its part on the heavy legs, and like we mentioned earlier, with some of the players with underdone with minutes. You never like seeing substitutes come on and get injured like they do. But yeah, 15 minutes. Kingsway are well and truly up for it. You can see, gee, they've been good. I've been really impressed with the way they've approached. They've got such a good mix and blend of some experienced boys that we've seen in the A-League, in and around, and plenty of young Glory guys I've seen and had the pleasure to coach over the years, youth guys. They've got a really good mix. They've got lots of legs, lots of energy, lots of pace, and they have a really good spine to the team. And Liam sees to add that up top through the spine with Mish Yorksborough, but Matt Young's been incredible in midfield with Joshy Sampson. They've looked really assured at the back with Harley Orr and Aaron Williams, and the keeper's done well when needed. But they've certainly tested this underdone Melbourne Victory side, and I really don't know if they've got enough left in their tank with their bench being emptied out.
What would it mean to Western Australian football to have a cup set, because obviously a cup set makes the headlines, that's for the Glory, but to have a side like Olympic Kingsway that wants to be regulars at this stage of the competition, that wants to be on the national stage? How good is a win like this if it happens?
It's huge. I mean, and you're talking about arguably the biggest club in the country, Melbourne Victory, with their supporters and the success they've had over the years in titles and, you know, finalists, last year's finalists. So a massive scalp, and it's just what the WA public and WA football needs. We've, you know, unfortunately lost Perth Glory on Sunday out to Wellington Phoenix. They're off the back of a few years where they've really struggled, and you know, the NPL sides, and like you've mentioned, Steve Nilkowski has these ambitions for, you know, these NPL clubs and bigger clubs to, you know, want to be there in the mix, and hopefully a pro rel gets involved into it. But these cups are certainly the pathway to putting them on the map.
The ball in for Victory. Sinagra flapped at it somewhat. College back with Jelicic. Well, this is certainly the opportunity for Olympic Kingsway to put themselves on the map of the Australian footballing landscape. Lee got the ball back from Miranda. It was clever football on the edge of the box. Korean origins, Alex Lee. Says he grew up watching Son and has modelled his game on him. He's an exciting winger, likes to play on the left. Under Patrick Kisnorbo, he was often used on the right. He's back on the right here as well. Mind you, there'll be players popping up everywhere when it comes to these final minutes, with Victory chasing the game. Here's Lee again. Little chip over the top. He was looking for Piscopo and Reese. Well, he's been immediately involved in everything. Alex Lee, the number 39 since coming on. Cross to the back post, and Labib turns it behind. It's another corner. Piscopo showing real urgency to get this one taken now. In it comes. Now, did that hit just the top of the crossbar? Sinagra complaining to the referee or his teammates about something. That looked a little bit closer than the Kingsway fans would like. He's a big physical presence, and Roderick Miranda absolutely matching him there with a strong shoulder hit. Piscopo's touch. Lee again. Oh, there's a problem for Harley Orr, I think, or is it Olianis, who's grasping at his hamstring. Piscopo. Annis struggling. The number 4 for Kingsway. Back into the area. Here's Piscopo. Dangerous from this kind of range. College back for Piscopo. Aaron Williams. What a challenge. Boland gets the free kick over Jackson. Looks to take it quickly. Yellow card, does so. Releases Leathead. Matiang charging through the middle. Leathead, can he find him? Shoots. Matiang's there. Oh, and he couldn't control the rebound. Good save, Duncan. I'm not sure Jonathan Leathead knew that Matiang was arriving. They have to be careful now, though. They've put numbers forward. And Victory are still chasing this game. Here's Piscopo. He hits it. Blocked by Orr in Sarah. Back towards Lee. He strikes. Can't keep it down. Goodness me. Victory so close to the precipice. Olympic Kingsway so close to the promised land. And a berth in the last 16. The draw of which, by the way, you can catch tomorrow evening after the final matches, including Harpia Leichhardt versus Melbourne City. The final change. In fact, there are still a couple of changes left. Annis makes way. Fanwell DeWitt comes on. And that's going to be a little bit of a reshuffle. Labib has moved to left back. Leathead to right back, and DeWitt first touch with Boland. Back for DeWitt. He only just got there. Oh, he's forced everyone back. Williams does well to at least secure the throw, and just a couple of nervy moments as they have to reshuffle, reorganize. Well played, Leathead. Can't find Boland, but he gets it back again. Fanwell DeWitt, who, like Will Richards, was a mid-season signing. Another player who's played around locally, the likes of Subiaco and Coburn. Oh, Matiang, the slip. This the moment to seal it for Kingsway, and he can't. Jack Duncan with a huge save. Well, will they rue that miss? What an opportunity. Had Hobson herring up alongside him as well. Well, his performance just about deserves a goal, Lart Matiang, but football just doesn't work that way. You have to take the chance in the moment. huge opportunity for Olympic Kingsway to bury the 10 men of Melbourne Victory. Here's Miranda, a goal for Victory, and we could be heading for penalties. Reese battling, College takes over, free kick goes Melbourne Victory's way. Well, if it does go to penalties, perhaps Olympic Kingsway will still back themselves. Melbourne Victory over the years have been involved in 4 penalty shootouts, and they've lost all 4 of them. In fact, they've been involved in 8, sorry. 4 victorious and 4 losses in penalty shootouts. All the excitement getting a bit too much. 115th minute. Cross in, free header. Sinagra comes. Jackson was there as well. Referee has given a corner, claiming it didn't come off Lockie Jackson last. Louis Dorigo to deliver the corner. Near post. Referee sees the free kick against Lockie Jackson. He's asking the question again as he goes past the referee. Now Sinagra has to be careful here. He probably will pick up a yellow card for letting that ball roll straight past him and go looking for another. Well, he won't mind a yellow card. Might be a bit different. If things get out of control here. Here's Boland. Green shirts again, charging forward. Boland does well. DeWitt comes inside. Ball ricochets Matiang. Boland still throwing himself at the ball. Miranda wants the Victory players to keep stepping up. Now, has DeWitt put that out of play on purpose? As Liam Boland claims he needs assistance. Aaron Williams is across there to make sure he's okay. There was the first challenge. Well, did it happen in the first lunge? He immediately grabbed at his knee. Such an opportunity for these youngsters. As Jacob Burns was telling us, this Olympic Kingsway side, but it's a similar story with the A-League sides these days as well. You've got some really good experienced players. You've got some amazing young players coming through. Young players that are heading overseas, which is exactly what we've seen again from Melbourne Victory this year. Mitch Langerak hung up his boots, but otherwise Casey Boss heading to Germany. Daniel Arzani getting another chance at Europe. Ryan Teague heading to Belgium. And that's just Melbourne Victory. Always Liam Boland. He was grasping at that right knee when he lunged into the challenge. He's going to make his way off under his own steam, which is good and important. Just the 3 substitutions made so far by David Tuff, the Olympic Kingsway coach. That doesn't look good for the 2-goal hero, Liam Boland. As he hurt that inside of the right knee. Ronan Dowling has come on, so that change has been made. Not quite yet. We've just seen Liam Boland run back on. Well, they'll certainly want him out there. His presence. There's only a couple of minutes left. I'm sure he wants to be out there when that final whistle blows as well. Victory will keep going though. We will have a couple of minutes of stoppage time as someone throws a ball onto the pitch to try and soak up a few more seconds. Louis Dorigo's ball in, Jackson arriving. Miranda is there on the turn, blocked again by Williams. How many shots has he blocked today? Oh, as Labib rides the challenge of Insera. Alex Lee comes herring back. Labib turns inside. Needs support. Finds it with Matiang. And he heads for the corner flag. Understandably so, perhaps. And he's won the throw in the 120th minute. Well, you can almost feel the exhaustion that these players out there must be feeling on that heavy pitch. Labib, who charged upfield again, manages to pick himself up to take the throw. We're into stoppage time. At the end of 2 hours of football on a heavy pitch with all the drama of the cup, and we've still got 3 minutes to go. 3 minutes for Melbourne Victory. Last season's cup finalists who lost to MacArthur, looking to avoid bowing out at the first hurdle. Williams, outstanding at the back. DeWitt. It's all hands on deck now for Olympic Kingsway. They just have to defend for another couple of minutes.
Come on!
Huge roars with every clearance. Great performance from Josh Sampson as well in the middle of the park. I mentioned it as we were approaching 90, but there hasn't been a bad player on the pitch for Olympic Kingsway. Piscopo to take this corner. He's scored a beautiful goal this evening, but will it count for anything? Keegan Jelicic got his first competitive goal for Melbourne Victory. Will it count for anything? If they are to count, it has to happen now. Ball across the face of goal. And it's out for a goal kick in the last minute. Miranda wants to stay forward. Sinagra will take his time. 30 seconds left in the 3 minutes of stoppages. Boland for Matiang. No free kick, says the referee. Last chance for victory. Miranda with Piscopo. Piscopo does well. Down to the byline, chips it in. Samson clears. DeWitt keeps it alive, but only for Jelicic. His cross, back post, Lee! And the header down is claimed by Sinagra. Is that enough? It is! The biggest match in the 72-year history of Olympic Kingsway ends in their most famous of victories. And what a script it was. Trailing 3 times in the 90 minutes. It was the Cup's all-time leading scorer off the bench, having recovered from injury, Liam Boland, who pulled it out of the fire before keeping his cool from the penalty spot to give Olympic Kingsway the first ever cup set in their history. The first cup set of 2025. They came here knowing they could do it, and they have done it. And as the crowd spills onto the pitch, this is the beauty of the Cup. The biggest national competition to invite clubs from all over the country, amateur, to take on the pros. And just every now and again, you can get one over the big boys. Tonight is Olympic Kingsway's night. So many talking points, so many turning points in the match. Certainly, the red card to Josh Rawlins was one of them. But it's all finished here at Olympic Reserve. Olympic Kingsway 4, Melbourne Victory 3. And yet, it started so well for Victory. They were ahead early through Valadon. Oxborough equalised from the spot on the stroke of half-time. Keegan Jelicic restoring Victory's lead. But again, the green machine came back. Hobson poking the ball home. The red card to Josh Rawlins looked as though it was going to be Olympic Kingsway's night, only for Reno Piscopo to do this in the 88th minute. And that felt like it was curtains. A fantastic goal from Reno Piscopo. Good lead-up play from Jing Rees. But that was to not count on the big man, Liam Boland. In the last seconds of added time at the end of the match. And then in the first half of extra time, Lart Matiang brought down by Jelicic, and Boland keeping a cool head while others around him were losing theirs, to score his second of the night, his 15th in the Cup, the 7th of this quite remarkable match of football. And you have to say that Olympic Kingsway deserve it. Yes, they're in the middle of their season. Well, they're at the later stages of their season, and it's been a good one. They are the defending Western Australian champions, eyeing back-to-back crowns. But Melbourne Victory are 4-time A-League champions, even if this is the start of their season, their first competitive match.